random thought. When walking around, do you notice how some plants have repeating patterns? If you haven't, well, I have. And turns out, it's because of the Fibonacci sequence. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't have that much confidence in my abilities in mathematics. That's why I looked up what the Fibonacci sequence means, and it turns out it's actually really fun and interesting. Though, unfortunately, I'm not that great at explaining things. That's why I'd like to ask my groupmates to explain it for me.
Is a representation of Fibonacci sequence, as it showcases various patterns that resemble the branches of plants. These patterns display a distinct design that we perceive as a beautiful through our imagination. That's it, guys, and here's the another explanation that my group member present. I hope you learn and it give you an idea why Fibonacci sequence are related in nature. Bye.
Flowers, petals, leaves. A few of the examples that the Fibonacci sequence is present in. Even in paintings. The Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio is present in our daily lives. And a branch of this is called the golden spiral, which can be seen in sunflowers, hurricanes, shells, and galaxies. The golden spiral can be seen in plethora of things. Kahit saan ka pumunta, mapapansin mo ito. Hindi ka tulad ng crush mo, na kahit ngayon, di ka pa rin binibigyan ng pansin. Like the golden spiral, the Fibonacci sequence is also present in nature and infrastructures, since both are considered the standard for beauty in terms of numbers and proportions. Because of this, architects, artists, engineers use it for their work, such as the Parthenon in Athens, the Taj Mahal in India, and of course, Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. All of this share one thing: symmetry, proportion, or ang tinatawag nating aesthetic, aiming to please the human eye.
6 hours later, tomorrow, the next day, 2,000 years later.
The spiral-shaped chandelier, particularly one that evokes a sense of natural harmony and aesthetic balance, is correlated to the Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio, because these mathematical concepts frequently manifest in spiral patterns found throughout nature. If you make a spiral where each part grows according to these numbers, it looks very natural, like this chandelier in the picture. Following the chandelier is an art I found that falls on the Fibonacci sequence. This structure is correlated to the Fibonacci sequence because it follows the concept of having 13 triangles, in where the Fibonacci sequence has its series of growing numbers.
Oops, trivia lang. Alam nyo ba, itong sunflower na to, hindi lang basta-basta sunflower. So nakikita nyo to, sa gitna ng sunflower ay makakita tayo ng spiral pattern or imaginary pattern na tinatawag natin Fibonacci sequence. Fibonacci sequence, isang nature na nakikita natin sa paligid natin. Like sunflower, itong sunflower na to, yung tree, yung mga leaves, animals like zebra, squirrel, and also sa universe like galaxies, star, meteor, marami pang iba. Kaya ang Fibonacci sequence ay importante sa buhay natin dahil marami itong benefits dahil nakikita natin kung ano yung halaga ng nasa paligid natin. Like kung anong shapes nila, kung spiral ba to, at kung ano yung mga pattern nila. Yun lang. Bye!
Kristen here. Well, Fibonacci sequence is also found naturally. It can also be made it can also be found by man-made things. Here's what I found.
Oh, ayan, ate. Ayun, no, namimili ng flowers para daw, bigay mo daw sa dawan mo. Eee. But back to the topic at hand, as I say. Many flowers exhibit petal counts that are Fibonacci numbers. While it's hardly to precisely count the petals in these bouquets, examples of common flowers with Fibonacci petal counts include 3 petals of lilies. In buttercups, there are 5 petals. In delphiniums, there are 8 petals. 13 petals in marigolds. 21 petals in asters. And while 21, 34, 55, or 89 petals in daisies. Next that I found here is the metal gate, in which zoom in camera. Alright. While less direct than flowers, the ornamental design of the metal gate could potentially incorporate elements that are aesthetically pleasing due to their adherence to the golden ratio, even if unintentionally. Next is something that I found on Google, which is the snail shell, in which the spiral shape of a snail shell is a classic example of a golden spiral or logarithmic spiral. This type of spiral closely approximates the golden spiral, which can be constructed using the golden ratio. In a golden spiral, for every quarter turn, the spiral gets wider by a factor of the golden ratio, approximately 1.618. This mathematical relationship creates a visually pleasing and naturally occurring spiral. The image itself overlays the Fibonacci spiral on the snail shell, highlighting this relationship.
So you see, the Fibonacci sequence and golden ratio are found in not just in nature, but also in man-made things. Like I said, the metal gate. And that's all I found. So, heading to the next one. Meron.
Yo, before I end this video presentation, I would like to present a small video clip of a Fibonacci sequence example. Bye!
Did you know that the Fibonacci sequence, a series of numbers where each number is the sum of the 2 preceding ones, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, and so on, holds a fascinating connection to the natural world and mathematics? One intriguing aspect of this sequence is that if you take any 3 consecutive Fibonacci numbers and divide the largest one by the middle one, and then divide the middle one by the smallest one, the results are remarkably close to the golden ratio, approximately 1.618333987. This mesmerizing property underscores the inherent harmony and beauty found within the Fibonacci sequence. The Fibonacci sequence appears in various aspects of nature, from the arrangement of leaves on a stem to the spirals of shells and the patterns of flower petals. For example, the number of petals on many flowers, such as lilies and daisies, often follows Fibonacci numbers. Additionally, the spiral patterns of pine cones, pineapples, and sunflower heads reflect Fibonacci spirals, showcasing nature's tendency to adhere to mathematical principles. In art and architecture, the Fibonacci sequence is also prevalent. Renaissance artists like Leonardo da Vinci and architects such as Le Corbusier utilized the golden ratio derived from the Fibonacci sequence to create aesthetically pleasing compositions and structures that resonate with viewers on a subconscious level. This intricate interplay between mathematics and the natural world captivates our imagination and highlights the underlying order and beauty inherent in the universe.